everyone and welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. Today I have 3 projects for you. I'm so excited because I'm taking Poundland items again and transforming them to really high-end pieces. They just look so aesthetic. And if you have Dollar Tree and you're not in the UK, then trust me, you can make everything I show you because you guys have a lot more stuff than we do. So the things that I'm making today are inspired by trendy decor, and when I say trendy decor, that means that this stuff usually is quite expensive, but again, like I said, we're going to be making this super cheap and no one's ever going to tell because they really do look like they've been bought from a shop. So they are inspired by abstract art. So this is sort of like minimal. You have line art, which you'll see later on when we do the DIY for it. There's a lot of faces on these DIYs as well, so that's another thing that's been trending within the abstract minimal kind of art. So we are going to be creating a frame and a vase and a trinket dish. I really hope that you enjoy. Please subscribe if you haven't and hit that thumbs up, and let's get into the video. So to create our first expensive looking DIY, you're going to take one of these frames, and you can get them in black, you can get them in gold. I've got a white one here. I tend to like white and sometimes black. So they have the 8x10 and they've newly got a A4 size, so you can go for that. Now I'm going to remove all of the packaging and then I'm going to create a, what do you call it, a mount, like I think it's called mounting, where you've got like a little border inside. I'm going to create that using this card here, and you can get the card from Poundland as well. Now you don't have to create a border, you can just go without, but I think it makes it look more posh. This is what happens when I'm filming. Leon's taken over the table. So the way that you're going to do this is just take this piece, once you've removed the backing. Let's place that aside. So this is the size of your frame. So as you can see, this is an A4, but it doesn't quite fit because I've got the 8x10. So I'm just going to cut its size first. Once you've done that, you can remove that, so you've got your card. Now we're going to create a border. So this is the only way that I could think to do this. I'm just taking my ruler, aligning it with the paper, and then I'm going to draw along it. And then place it on the sides, doing the same thing, taking your pencil, just draw along that. And then you're going to do this side and the bottom as well. So once you've got your border done like this, you want to cut this square out. So the way that I'm going to do it is just making a hole. Be very careful. And then I'm going to cut along the lines that we've drawn. So now we have our border. I'm just going to turn it this way so that I don't have to rub all of the pencil markings out. Then you're going to grab your picture frame back and slot that in. Now you're going to need some material. Poundland do these fat quarters, so I've got a fat quarter here that I have used, but I don't have enough, or rather it needs ironing, and I don't have the time to do that right now, so I am going to be taking some other material that I have got. But like I said, you can use the Poundland ones. And then you're going to bring back this. Remember, this was from what we've cut out, because you're going to need the correct sizing. And you're going to use this as a template, placing it on top of the material. And then you're going to take your pencil, draw around it, so that you know how much to cut. Now it doesn't matter if you cut a little bit more because it won't be seen, and I actually think you should do that just to be safe. So I am giving it a little bit extra there on the edges and on the sides. So I'm just checking everything fits nicely. Okay, I'm going to have to remove these because I completely forgot one step, so just setting those aside. You're going to take your printout, if Leo lets me, because this is what's happening right now. Honestly, he's got so much space everywhere else, but he just has to sit on everything. Leo, get off. So you're going to go onto the internet and you're going to type in line art, faces. You can look for a female face and you'll find quite a few. So print the one that you like. This one really stood out to me and I just knew that I loved it. So I printed it out. You're going to bring your frame back and then gently remove your glass. And then you're going to place the glass on top. So you've got the paper on the bottom and the glass on top. And then you're going to take a marker pen and Poundland do these. This one I've got off Sedil because it's a fine liner. And now I'm going to go over it. So just make sure it's nice and clean. And then take your time just going over the design. So after some time I've just finished now and I'm really happy with this pen. There was just a lot of control with the nib. Look at the nib, how fine it is, and you could just bend it. So I was able to do even the thicker parts and the finer parts just with the same pen. So now I'm going to remove this, the paper from underneath, and we're going to reveal how it looks. Hopefully it's good. Ta-da! Look at that, you can call yourself an artist. Right, so you're going to bring your frame back, then put the glass back in. Honestly, you could just have it like this. That would look really nice. I'm going to bring back my other pieces now. So I've got the card, and then my piece of material. And you don't need to stick this in place because this is going to hold it in. So just gently placing it on top, being careful not to move anything that's underneath. And then I'm going to clip those back in place. And we're done with this DIY. So let me just do this and we'll have a look at what it looks like. Okay, just one quick correction that I'm doing. I had a look at it and there wasn't enough contrast. This is too light against the white and also against the frame. So I'm taking this. I actually had planned to use this initially, but I was like, oh, it might look better with this, and I should have just stuck with what my gut instinct was. So I am just going to be cutting this burlap to this size, and then I'm going to be placing it as a material instead of this one here. So here's the first finished project, really quick and easy, so simple, doesn't cost much at all, but look at how high-end it looks. For the next DIY, you're going to grab these vases from Poundland, and can you believe that these are just £1? It's really thick and great quality as well. And then you need some of these. I know you're probably thinking, what the heck are we going to do with these? These are in the toy section, modelling clay. We're going to be making a face with these, so you want to roll it out, and we're going to start with the eyebrows and nose, and they connect together. Or actually we might start with the eye because the eye is quite easy to do. So once you have rolled it out, you're going to make a shape like this. Look at how easy that is, just twirling it. And now we're going to do the eyebrows and the nose. Just give this a little bit of like a point, otherwise it looks a little bit too thick at the ends. You need to roll it out to give it a little bit more length. And you want to also make sure that it's even, because sometimes when you're rolling it you've got a big thick piece here and then it's thin towards the end. So you just want to make sure it's nice and even. And then I'm going to give it a bit of a tip there. So you're going to arch this part here and arch that part there, like this. And then we're moving on to the lips. So I've actually made mine already in the corner over there, but I'm just showing you how to model it. And then for the lips again, just point the edges. Sorry, my camera's all the way there, that's better, isn't it? And then curve this bit here, and then if you want to cut it off, you just cut it off, and again give it a little point. And then we're going to do the bottom part of the lip. Don't need that much, so I'm going to cut that off. And it doesn't matter if it's not in the same colour because we're actually going to be spray painting this. So just make do with what you've got. And I think I'm happy with that. So that's our little face that we're going to be sticking on to the vase. So I'm just taking my vase now and attaching all the bits. And this is going to just need a little bit of pressing down. Don't squish it too much because you might ruin the work that you've done. Taking his nose and attaching that. Whoops. Now I'm just sticking the eye on. And then moving on to the lips. It's really coming together now, isn't it? It's going to look even better when we actually spray paint it. So I went outside to spray paint it, and I do usually use the Poundland spray paint, but I think they've stopped selling them. So I am using the Wilko one here. It's pretty inexpensive, but if you can find any cheaper ones, please do let me know in the comments because I'm running out and they are quite pricey elsewhere. This is my other kitty cat, and she was outside. I gave her my robe to keep warm as I was spray painting. Leo always makes an appearance, so I thought I'll just show her as well. Then I headed back upstairs to my craft room and I got a bunch of these to stick in the vase. I thought it will just really finish it off nicely. I actually got these last year for some autumn crafts, but they're coming in really handy for just general decor. So here's the finished project and the finished look. Really happy with it again, just so high end. Really pleased with the final outcome. And no one would ever guess that we just used a Poundland vase and some modelling clay from the kids section. Now for the third DIY, we're going to be taking this Trinket Dish from Poundland. This was actually 50p. I remember it was in sale, and you can see that it's been used quite a lot. I've got a lot of chips on there, and I'm actually going to hopefully cover all that, so it's not going to matter. So you're going to take the modelling clay again, and I'm going to be covering this whole bit here. Just because I want it to look really handmade, like it's entirely made from clay. So you're just going to thin it out like this and cover as much as you can. You're going to have to use a few pieces, and it doesn't matter if it's not the same colour because we'll paint over it, or you can spray paint it. Good boy. Try and smooth out any cracks as well and get it as even as possible. And can you see how I'm trying to bring it over the edge? I think this is as far as it will cover with just the one. So I'm just taking the other piece now and doing the same thing, going over the edges, smooth it, making it like as smooth as I can, and thinning it out. Sorry, I can't talk. So this looks pretty funky already actually. Try to smoothen it out. As you can see, that's what I've tried to do, because we're going to place the face on top now and then we're going to paint it. So I'm going to be starting with the ears, and I'm really liking this modelling clay from Poundland. It's actually really good, really soft and easy to like mould. So the ears are going to be pretty small. So here's my face all done, ready to be painted, and don't panic, I am going to show you how to do it now. I just wanted to do it off camera so that I get it right, and then I can just let you guys see the best version basically. So for the ears, just take some modelling clay, make a little ball, and then kind of just press it like this to get the shape of kind of like little ears, and then you add it to the side like that, And then obviously you're going to make another one for the other side. So that's how I made the ears. With the nose, it's pretty straightforward. You're going to take your modelling clay, just roll it, make sure it's nice and even, and then you're going to arch it like that. And then I just added a little point right here on the bottom. Then you're going to take two little bits like this, create little circles with them. I think that one's a little bit too small. So let's start with this one. And then just add it to the bottom, to the side of the nose rather, like this. Obviously these are really small, the nostrils on mine are bigger. And then you add the other one. Okay, and then for the mouth, again just taking a small piece, rolling it out. You need it a little bit long here, then just create a circle like that, and then that will be for the mouth. Let's just stick that here, that was the ear. And then to create the eyes, roll a big piece like this, and it's a little bit thicker for the mouth and the eyes. Arch it like that, and you can see that they are pointy on the sides there. And this again, I just rolled it out. Then you're going to just connect the two like this. You can give them a little pinch. And then we're creating the pupil, just a circle, so this is really straightforward here. And for the pupil you can have it just like that, but I actually created mine, so I closed the eye a little bit and made it a little bit bigger, so that it actually fills, like touching this side and this bottom part. And then you just do the same obviously for the other eye. And there you have it, that's your face done. It's really simple, honestly it is. You can do it, so don't be intimidated. And then obviously you're going to be making them directly on your plate. So I didn't make them on here because it'll just be a little bit hard to transfer, but I made them directly on here, and just making sure they're all set in place before I paint it. So you can give them a little press, a little tap. Kind of like it the way it is right now, but I am going to paint it. I'm going to hopefully paint it this kind of colour actually, you know, like a terracotta clay natural earth colour. So I'm going to get my paint out, my acrylic paint. I'm also going to add a little bit of talcum powder. You can add baking soda, that kind of thing, just to give it, you know, it's like a hack, it's a technique to give it a thickness and make it look like chalk paint without paying, you know, the hefty price tag for chalk paint. So the paint that I am using is by Magic Fly. I tested this company out and I really did like their acrylic paint. I really love the colours. This one is the exact shade I was looking for. So this is the shade here. And again, like I mentioned, I am going to be mixing it with some powder. So I'm taking my bicarbonate of soda here. Just going to mix that up. You can see it's really thick now and it's just giving it a nice texture. It really just gives it that effect, doesn't it? I really love it. And it really looks like we have used clay and that this is really handmade, the whole entire Trinket dish. And just be careful when you're coming to the features. Just paint them a little bit more delicately. So I actually mixed a little bit of this colour here just, it's kind of like applying makeup. It was like contour almost. I just felt like this looked a little bit too brown because I wanted it to go with the other two projects that we have made. Now I am going to add a little bit of white just to the features to bring them out a little bit, and also again just so that it can go with the other two decor that I have made. So if you choose to add some white to it, you want to take a thin fine paintbrush that's pointed like this and literally just put it in the paint bottle itself. I don't know if this hasn't dried fully, but I don't have patience, so I've done the nose and now just doing the eyes. The mouth. Just bringing a little bit of that white paint on the edges. So this is what the Trinket Dish looks like, our final project for today. I honestly don't know why, but he looks like my husband. I'm not even joking, I think it's the face shape and also the no hair. Shh, don't tell him I said that. And then this is how they look together. Honestly, aren't they just so beautiful? I'm so happy with them. So that's all of today's ideas. I really hope that they have inspired you. Definitely let me know what you think. Drop me a comment, and do you like this kind of style? I never used to, but now I really do like it. I'm actually a fine art graduate, so it's really nice just to get back to my roots. Today I also wanted to announce the giveaway winner. So last week I had a giveaway running for £25 and all you had to do was subscribe and comment, and so I have randomly picked a winner, and the winner is, drum rolls, Helen. So congratulations, Helen. I will leave 1 week. If you don't get in touch, then I will have to award somebody else with it, so please do get in touch, and my email is in the description box, so you can email me and I'll send out the voucher for you. And thank you to everybody else who entered the giveaway. If you haven't won this time, I do run them quite regularly. I mean, COVID happened, so I had to like slow down with the giveaways, but now things hopefully are looking up, so I can carry on with them. Each milestone I generally have a giveaway, so make sure that you stick around so that you can enter those as well. The giveaway was kindly sponsored by Zadil. They actually messaged me to collaborate with me, and I just fell in love with their website because I am a bargain girl. I love everything bargain, and when I went on their website I couldn't believe the prices, to be honest, so I definitely recommend checking them out. I'm actually really addicted. I have been buying from them. I've told my friends and family. You have to see for yourself. They have a really good product selection, good quality, good service, and the prices are literally unbeatable. They are cheaper than Poundland, Home Bargains, etc. So definitely check them out. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.